right, Taylor Turner is here. She's going to fight Alejandra Lara, the woman standing literally across the room from her. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Doing good. I mean, you guys, obviously, there's a lot of respect here. You walked in, you smiled and waved at each other. I mean, it's only business, right?
It is. You know, like I said, at this level, for both of us to make it here, you have the utmost respect for your opponent, or at least I do. I can speak for myself, and clearly she's a very respectful person, too. So we both made it here. We want to test our skills, so you have nothing but respect for your opponent, I think.
It's kind of an interesting time for you guys to be fighting right now because, you know, she's lost 2 in a row. You're on this 3-fight winning streak. You just beat Heather Hardy, had a great performance against her. So I feel like timing-wise, this is almost perfect for you. A former title challenger on a 3-fight winning streak. I mean, what does this fight mean to you right now?
You know, I don't believe anything happens by coincidence. I really do think everything happens for a reason, and what that reason is yet I don't know, but I really do feel good. I mean, I love going from fight to fight to fight because it's my job. There's not as much of that cage rust that you get, you know, and that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited, and I get to try my skills out on, you know, a really good MMA fighter this round. So I get to, I think I'm ready for it. This is what it's about.
What have you learned along the way in terms of Alejandra's skill set, what you could do to kind of offset some of those things? Like, what have you learned about her along the way?
Gotcha. Well, I don't typically watch my opponent's films and stuff. My husband does, and coach, our head coach, he kind of lets us know, but she is on the internet, you know, read about her and stuff. She's really renowned for how great she is at getting in and out fast and her striking and all that. So I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned about her. She's good at jiu-jitsu too, so she's a very well-rounded fighter. The biggest things to watch out for that we're going to do is just to be able to take that, her ability to move quite as fast and try to take that away from her a little bit as far as her game plan goes. So that would give me a little bit more advantage there. And also to use my length. You know, I'm long, and we've been working a lot on that. So to help deal with her in and out karate style move and everything. So.
To come in and have that fight against Heather Hardy, obviously she's a name. She's coming off a couple losses, but still, big name.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people thought you came in to kind of sort of be her bounce back and to go in there and have the performance that you had. You know, what did that mean to you? Was it just kind of a surreal moment for you?
It was, you know, mostly because one of the biggest parts of it all in this whole world is you can't listen to what other people have to say. You know, to the extent that you get caught up in that, or you believe that you have to be something, or what they're saying, or there's that, I think you'll, you know, let it get in your head, and it takes up the room of actually being you. So for me to be able to go in there and take that pressure, I mean, Madison Square Garden, I mean, I try not to read too much, but I heard what people were saying about me on the internet, you know, lamb to the slaughter and all this other stuff. Nobody expected one thing from me, and to go out there so dominantly, that gave me a lot of confidence in, like, just be me, just do that, and all the skills that we've worked on mentally and physically are working. So we'll bring it on to the next one.
Do you feel like going through all of that with fans and saying what they have to say, because it can be a cesspool sometimes on social media, dealing with it for the Hardy fight, coming out on the other end, and now a lot of people may think that this is a big step up of competition for you. Do you feel like it kind of came at the right time, like learning what you learned from Heather is just going to set you up perfectly for this one?
I really do. You know, I think that was one of the biggest mental challenges somebody can come across is to go on the big stage, literally the most famous arena in the world, it says it right there, against somebody who has a huge name like she did. And if I can deal with that, I mean, you can deal with anything. So, yes, I think it helped to feed into this one for me.
If you go out there and beat Alejandra Lara on Saturday, you almost flip this division on its ear in a way. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, right now it's like a 3-horse race up the top. Of course, Lima McFarland's the champion.
Yes.
And you get 2 people kind of vying out who's going to be next. You beat a former title challenger after the win against Heather, your stock rises immensely. Have you thought about that? Have you thought of what could come next after a win over somebody like Alejandra?
You can't help but think about that stuff because it is there. But at the same time, I'm just trying to live in the moment and stay here, because that's where I've gone like wrong in the past, being like, well, looking beyond the moments in front of us and just thinking too far ahead, and then you forget about the stuff that's going on. So yes, I've thought about it, and yes, I have plans, and yes, I look forward to talking to you after the fight and hopefully, you know, continuing on with those. But right now, I'm really focused on this one.
How do you see this all going down on Saturday?
Honestly, it would be awesome to have my 4th win of the year with a first-round finish. Like, you know, I mean, I've been working on just shutting people down and getting pretty aggressive in their face and everything, and I think it's been pretty successful this year. So I'm hoping that's how it goes this time.
And last question for me, outside of yourself, obviously, who are some of the fighters that you just have to watch when they compete? Depending on who they are, like who are the ones you're just like, oh, they're fighting, I'm not doing anything, I'm watching them fight?
So one of my favorite people to always just watch was Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson, because no matter what position he got put in, he looked like he had confidence. You know, he always looks like he is there, and he was in control of it, and I want to be that kind of fighter. So I think he's exciting to watch. He doesn't take a beat off, and if he's on his back, he's working. If he's on top, he's working, and he just keeps going. So he's probably one of my favorite people to watch.